Real quick, before we go, in one word, cryptocurrency.
I'm still bullish.
Bullish. Mark Cuban, we'll be right back.
Yes, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin. If you hold cryptocurrency, there is so much happening right now in this space, and in today's video, I want to keep you informed. Like always, check the timestamps down below, find the news that's best for you, and let's jump in talking about why Mark Cuban is still so bullish. And it should be noted that even though cryptocurrency is down this year, everything is down this year. This is the first half performance of these assets in 2022, and the numbers speak for themselves. So how could somebody be so bullish seeing numbers like this? Well, for this recent interview specifically, that's all we get. They just asked that last crypto question at the very end. But Mark Cuban has expressed interest in coming on this channel, Altcoin Daily. We hit him up via email, and he did say he does have availability in August. We are looking to schedule then. And by the way, we did just drop our interview with filmmaker Kevin Smith. And even if you've never heard of his movies, listen to this 40-second clip, a teaser of him just explaining his passion for the NFT Web3 space as a filmmaker. Watch this.
It's a perfect opportunity to be like, hey, maybe you guys don't know about this, but there's this playground over here in Web3 that we can all go at. And if you're not interested, great. But I'm very interested because I could build community here. I've already know where the sequel's coming from. You know how hard it is to come up with a sequel? It's very easy when you're like, guess what? I'm going to make the sequel with the people that bought the fucking NFT, man. Like, problem solved. Like, it's just fun and invigorating. And for a creative who's never been about like money, don't get me wrong, I'm no communist. I like making money, but that has never been the aim. The aim is to put something out there that hadn't been done before. Say something that hasn't been said before. That's all I could bring to this life. That's the currency that I can bring to the table. The currency I can spend is the currency of my own voice, my own perspective. And this is a chance to do it like one more time.
Yes. Cool to see the innovation happening even through a bear market. Seek out this full interview. There's a link down below. But now let's get to the news, because the use case for Bitcoin for crypto could not be more clear. Even Peter Schiff, famous BTC opponent, just had his bank account frozen, funds locked, bank shut down by government. And by the way, just in a point of clarification, it was technically not his bank account. It was an entire bank that he is part owner in that was up for sale, and the sale got blocked out of nowhere. But anyway, the use case for Bitcoin is still clear. Here are the details. Despite no evidence of crimes, Puerto Rico regulators closed my bank anyway for net capital issues, rather than allow a sale to a highly qualified buyer promising to inject capital far in excess of regulatory minimums. As a result, accounts are frozen and customers may lose money. So I'm not saying who's right, who's wrong in this situation, but because regulators had a problem with Peter and other owners of this bank, customer funds are now frozen, and now the individual people using that bank suffer. And just to give you the full story, I guess the reason regulators gave for turning down the sale is that post-sale, Peter would own 4% of the company buying the bank, and they said due to bad press about him, they did not want him owning 4% of a bank, even though they know firsthand the allegations in the media are false. Wow, very interesting. Bitcoin fixes issues like this, ends the gatekeeping, ends the middleman, allows you to be your own bank. Something to consider, Peter. I know you're watching. And next up, another reason to be bullish is the innovation happening right now in the bear market. For example, happy 4th of July, meaning the Cardano Vasil upgrade successfully launches on testnet. So with this Cardano testnet hard fork complete, all that remains is to fork the mainnet, which will come in about 4 weeks or when developers have had enough time to prepare their tools for the upgrade. So if you hold Cardano, I want to go over what this means to you. And basically, project developers, people building, stake pool operators, and exchanges are now encouraged to deploy their work on the testnet to ensure integrations run smoothly when the mainnet gets the Vasil treatment in about 4 weeks. So now that it's live on testnet, the people can experiment. Now, what this means to you as an average hodler? Well, once completed on the mainnet, the Vasil hard fork will allow for faster block creation and greater scalability for decentralized apps running on Cardano. Also, what IOHK said in a tweet on Sunday is that in addition to the performance upgrades, developers would benefit from much improved script performance and efficiency and lower costs. So, this upgrade is for the dApp builders. Vasil will also enable interoperability between Cardano sidechains, one of the main features developers intend to launch in the current Basho phase of the blockchain's development. Basho is the fourth development phase for Cardano that focuses on scaling and will be followed up by the Voltaire phase, in which governance will be the main focus. And the final thing I do want to say on this is that while in 4 weeks we do expect this upgrade to go live on mainnet, IOHK has made it very clear that the upgrade will not happen until ecosystem partners are comfortable and ready. So potentially 4 weeks, but we will see. I will keep you updated. Next up, another piece of the puzzle unfolding for the Three Arrows Capital bankruptcy. Three Arrows' paper trail leads to a trading desk obscured via offshore entities. So as Three Arrows Capital collapsed under market pressure, its much lesser known trading desk, TBS Capital, remained active. Wow, here are the details. While 3AC used its tens of billions of dollars of assets under management to invest in new projects and take large market positions, it also operated an over-the-counter trading desk called Taiping Shan TPS Capital. The entity was once described on LinkedIn as the official OTC desk of Three Arrows Capital, according to a scrapped version of the site by Google. Of course, now the language has been changed, distancing the two firms. But TPS Capital continues to make trades, according to sources in the digital asset industry in Asia. So what does this mean to you if you hold cryptocurrency? Well, for those seeking restitution from Three Arrows Capital via a lawsuit, the legal separation may complicate efforts to obtain a payout. Named after the Taiping Shan Mountains on the island of Hong Kong, TPS Capital is registered in Singapore but domiciled in the British Virgin Islands. So, in summation, the parent company is now facing a lawsuit, but according to corporate filings, TPS Capital has a different ownership structure and hidden directors. So, still a lot we don't know, but different companies with different ownerships, or possibly the same ownerships, is muddying the waters. I will keep searching. I will keep you updated. And next piece of big news for Circle's USDC, major stablecoin. Circle CEO says USDC stablecoin provider is in the strongest position ever. Now, of course, a CEO would say this, but he did provide receipts to back it up. To back up his words, Allaire also shared Circle's most recent reports on transparency and trust, audits and attestations, as well as the state of USDC's liquidity. And to be specific, what were people's original problems with USDC? Well, the CEO's remarks came amid rumors that the firm is at risk of defaulting on its USDC reserves due to the large interest payments it must fulfill to crypto-centric banks like Signature and Silvergate. So I guess they did get some loans from some banks a while ago. I would guess that's why they're paying interest. But also, the stablecoin USDC is also being used in lending activities involving Genesis, BlockFi, Celsius, Galaxy, and 3AC. For example, here was one of the tweets that caught a lot of attention on Twitter, saying that Circle's USDC scheme is on the brink of collapse. If you read their SPAC IPO filings, it's clear they've been losing money constantly, but there's something dirtier happening underneath. They're at major risk on defaulting on USDC reserves, he goes on to explain. Now, is there any credibility in that? Well, Allaire does appear to have addressed these rumors head-on, explaining there is a difference between USDC's reserves and the actual USDC used in lending markets. Meaning, what other people choose to do with USDC isn't an implication on the stablecoin itself, it's how they're using it, the risk they're taking. There seems to be obvious confusion between USDC reserves, which are regulated, where and what we can hold, which are also examined by regulators and insurance firms, and are also transparent, weekly flows and composition, a confusion between that and USDC itself, which is used in lending markets away from Circle. Okay, give me your thoughts on this down below. Me personally, I don't know the inner workings of these companies, but I think this just goes to show the fear, uncertainty, and doubt in this market right now. Rumors are flying. All right, that is the video for today. Short and sweet. Be sure to check out our interview with Kevin Smith. And like always, see you tomorrow. Happy 4th.